welcome to another edition of the Wacky World of Work. I'm James Tehrani, Assistant Managing Editor at Workforce Magazine. Today on the show we have a very special guest. His name is Craig Dubitsky. He is the founder and CEO of Hello Products, a Montclair, New Jersey-based oral care company. Thanks for joining us today, Craig.
Thanks so much for having me.
Great. Well, before we start, I got to ask you this. So I'm holding 3 of your products here, and I hold these up and I think to myself, the Three Stooges, hello, hello, hello. So I'm wondering, when you were coming up with the name of the company and knowing that the word hello can be said so many different ways, how did you think of the word hello?
Really, to be wide open about it, to me, the category was talking about, fear and shame a lot, and products kind of threatened, if you don't use this stuff, you're going to have a bad dental appointment, or you won't get the job, if you're not whitening, you're frightening. And all these things made me feel quite uncomfortable. And I thought, I don't want to kill or fight anything in my mouth. I just want to be able to say hello to you. That's it. I'm not wondering if you're waging war inside your mouth or if I should be. I just want to be able to say hello. And I thought, that's a really cool name.
Sure.
And everyone knows what it looks like, and everyone knows how to pronounce it. And, it's friendly. And
so no Gilbert Gottfried, hello, buy my product, hello.
Nope, that wasn't the idea. It was just about friendly. Let everyone else talk about kill and fight and stuff like that. We just want to talk about being friendly.
Okay, great. Well, let's talk a little bit. Give me a little background, a little teaser about your company, how you started it, and where you're at and how many employees you have.
Sure. I had this crazy idea that oral care didn't need to hurt to work. And I thought I couldn't be the only person out there who thought that the category could be made a little bit more interesting, a little bit more fun, and to use a word I was using before, a little more friendly. And I had this idea several years ago. We started up the company about a little over 2 years ago now. We launched with 4 people in the company and 1 dog, me being one of the 4. Now we're 8 people and about 2.5 dogs. I say that because my dog comes in, just a day or 2 a week because I've got family at home that really miss the dog.
I see.
So, again, it was sort of a simple idea. It's hard to do simple and do simple right, but the idea was, this is a $30 billion plus global category. It's effectively a triopoly, a duopoly in paste and a duopoly in rinse. And why not just try to tell a different kind of story? I love design, and I feel that people, I really don't like the word consumer, people write their narrative, their personal story through their stuff. I thought, well, why don't we just give people better stuff? Maybe the stories will get better and they'll just feel better, right?
Right, sure.
The big idea was, how do we create something that lets us elevate the everyday? Just take beautiful, basic things, basic in that we use them daily, right? Commodity type things, and turn them into desirables because they're gorgeous, they're fun, they're delicious. And that's sort of the whole idea. That's where Hello came from. I was really inspired just literally going into a store one day and going to buy some toothpaste, and I saw pictures of extracted teeth on many of the products, and they were highly stylized, very attractive looking extracted teeth, mind you, with glowing concentric circles and dots around them. But I thought, I don't want to see extracted teeth. I don't want to see roots. That's just scary.
Let's talk about seeing you, because I know one thing that you do, which is a little bit unique, I think, is you open up the Skype line to you. If you're a consumer, you can get Craig on the line on Skype.
Absolutely.
Now, why is that important to you? And it's something that we talk a lot about at Workforce, where there's not a lot of communication sometimes from the C-suite to the regular everyday employee. So do you use that to talk to communicate with your employees too?
Everybody. So the idea, people thought I was crazy, and they may still think I'm crazy. I wanted our whole website just to be Skype. Like, if you came to our website, your camera would kick in and we would just talk. And people said, you can't do that. Maybe people want to just find a store, or maybe they want to find out about your ingredients, and maybe they don't want to talk to you. And I toned it down, and I really insisted that we have this functionality on our website. And you really can, if you go to the website, you can Skype with me. And it's really me. I've had to tell 2 people to put on a shirt because they think it's going to be some techno trickery and they are just curious to see what's going to happen. And it's me, and I've been like, whoa, you've got to put something on.
So no stunt doubles on your side, though.
No, it's really me, and I did it knowing full well that it doesn't scale. I know that doesn't scale, and part of our thing is we're trying to make personal care personal again. And you can't say you're in the friendly business and then not be reachable. So I respond basically to every consumer inbound. I definitely try to respond to every single one, and so far I think I basically have. And if it's a very technical question that's really around formulation, we have a formulator, and she'll talk, to that person. But I make a point to respond to everybody because I think, again, everyone has what I affectionately refer to as a BS meter, and people can tell the difference when you care and when you take the time. So I've written back to people, I've called people, I call people from my cell phone. And I write back to them, and my signature is my cell phone. And people go, "Oh, I can't believe you shared your cell phone." And I say to people that say that, I'm like, why wouldn't I? Sure. If someone went out of their way to buy our product and try it, and they have an opinion that they want to share, or a comment, or a complaint, or we get a lot more love letters than we get complaints. I'm very happy to share that. But it makes people feel like they joined your brand versus they just bought your product. And there's a big difference. So we're trying to create something that people can feel, emotionally attached to in a positive way.
Sure.
And the way you do that is by opening up the lines of communication. I think it's something that makes us certainly a little different than most.
So you talk about different than most, and I have to get to this question because a lot of our audience is in HR. And so I'm searching your website, and I look at your HR director. I believe this is she?
That is Harbor. Yes, Harbor is a she Harbor.
So
Harbor,
what is the story behind that? Why put Harbor Kramer as your HR director?
Well, Harbor is amazing. So Aaron, who is Harbor's, I think Harbor may be Aaron's better half. I don't know. I don't want to judge which half is better. But Aaron is our head of supply chain and logistics. And Aaron, up until very recently, lived on a boat in Jersey City. He lived on a sailboat with Harbor, the dog. And when we started, Harbor was in our office every single day because we're dog friendly. Harbor is a very, very, very friendly dog. You could say almost to the point where she has a hyperactive tongue in terms of her friendliness. Sure. And she became sort of our chief friendly officer and our chief people officer because she just made everybody smile, and we want to be in the friendly business. So we just thought it was fun. And by the way, Harbor has a LinkedIn profile. You can go link in with Harbor.
Right.
And, I'll look at you. Yeah, you did it up. So yeah, Harbor's great. I don't know how many connections Harbor has.
153.
And growing. So Harbor's great. And we're dog friendly. We try to make the office environment not really like an office. Like for me, I figure everyone can get a job, and I wanted the idea here to be. I want to be in this place. I want to be in this environment. It's very casual, exposed brick and wide beam, wide wood plank flooring and exposed girders and all that kind of stuff. It's a big loft. But I really wanted to be very open, not just in terms of the architecture, but in terms of how we share information. And I can tell you a funny story when we first. And I bring this up because you mentioned, there are HR folks who will be listening. Right. When we got started, one of the questions I had from someone was, where are the offices going to be? And we were touring our new space as it was being built out. And I said, no, this whole thing is the office. And this person kept saying, yeah, but where's your office going to be? And I said, no, this whole space is the office. It's our office. And she kept saying, yeah, but where are you going to sit? I'm like, right next to you. We're all going to put our desks together. We're all going to sit right next to each other. And she said, well, you're going to do that? I'm like, absolutely. And we have rooms if you need to have a private conversation. Go have a private conversation. Yeah. But I said, the idea is maybe the supply chain and logistics guy is going to have a great idea, and that's going to influence our creative person. And maybe the creative person is going to hear something from our finance person and say, hey, wait, why don't we do this? And vice versa. I really believe
the open office works for you, because I know we've written about it a lot that there is a backlash against open offices.
You know what? I think it depends on the stage of your company. In the beginning, I personally like to think that no one has sold dominion over good ideas. And in this day and age, the funniest ideas, the most gripping and engaging ideas for your social media may actually come from someone who is on social media because they're really social, not because they're paid to be your social media person, right? And we like the idea of everyone being in it. And we find that when people start to take ownership of silos, while sometimes that's very effective and can make people feel very good, and we like the idea of ownership, we also love the idea of honest collaboration.
Sure.
And we make a lot of big decisions together. I mean, we chose flavors in 5 minutes. We all just sat around and tried things. We're like, what do we like? If you don't like it, if we all don't like it, we don't do it. If we like it, then we do it.
Well, great, Craig. And I think we could talk about this for hours. It's really interesting, but unfortunately I do have to wrap this up, and I want to thank you so much for taking your time today to be with us. Again, we had Craig Dubitsky, the founder and CEO of Hello Products. They're an oral care company based in Montclair, New Jersey. If you come across a workplace oddity, send it to us at editors@WorkforceJames, or you can tweet it to me at @WorkforceJames. Until next time, I'd like to say, whatever works. Thanks, Craig.
Thanks so much. Stay friendly.